There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DWI podcast. My name is PC Tunney. I'm the artist formerly known as Pizza Funny, and I'm joined, as always, by the man, the myth, legend, the other half of the world's greatest tag team never. It's him, it is him, it does be the DPP.
Sometimes you just don't know what's going on, and you just have to roll with it.
Brother.
Yeah. brother.
How are you?
Exhausted from a long ass week of work. Happy to be done. Looking forward to what should be a pretty fun weekend, I think, PC.
Why? What's going on this weekend?
You know, we have a wedding to go to.
Who does?
Nephew of DPP is
Oh,
getting married this weekend.
You have a wedding to go to.
I have a wedding to go to.
Oh,
We
okay.
as in
You and the
not
Dillinator.
you. Yes.
I'm like, wait a minute, what
You
wedding?
have nothing to do, brother.
Son of a bitch. Oh, goodness, I hate weddings. Even though I usually have a good time and people usually enjoy me being at the wedding, I hate them. Yeah. Okay, great. I'm happy for you, and now also for me that I
relieved
don't
and happy
to go to. Do you have an outfit for said wedding all planned for yourself? Are you guys?
I have my classic suit.
Or a suit? Okay,
the Beast.
I didn't know. I thought you could go. Yeah, Jekyll and Hyde, Laverne and Shirley.
That'd be better. I wish it was a costume kind of wedding. That'd be fun. Cher and Sonny. I don't know.
I won't name names, but someone's wedding I stood up in made us get zoot suits, and those aren't cheap to rent.
Yeah.
I think smart people that have a wedding and a wedding party, they kind of let the people get something that works for the party and the wedding, but something they can also keep for the same price that they would rent something. Do you know what I mean?
I think just get a theme, get a color. Hey, we need to be like this color or whatever, and just go with that and let them pick. It doesn't all have to be uniformed.
Well, the rentals are how much nowadays? I mean, I haven't stood up in a wedding in a long time. They got to be close to $300-400 at least. Some of them are so fancy like that.
You can buy a suit for that.
Right. You can get something that looks nice that you can wear, again for $200. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Anyway,
I know this one. They're not doing tuxes. They're just doing like suits, I guess. But I don't know if they did how that worked. If they did rental, like everybody's got the same one, or they did just pick a color and go with it. But I'll find out.
All right, we'll report back next week, and I will talk about how I didn't have to go anywhere this weekend. Already cut the grass, so yeah. At some point we'll record Game Gone Wrong. At some point it'll be Sunday, Bandwagon Nerds. But until then,
same point it always is. I hope at some point.
Yes. Well, no. Yeah. Likely. Yeah. 2 Eastern. Although this show hasn't been live, I don't think consistently as it had been. Yeah, that's okay though. I think Andrew and I was live, and then we had the TriCast. We were on Dave's last week with Platt.
Yeah.
Go check that out.
It's fun.
All right. Well, why don't we do this?
Why should you visit thechairshot.com? Thechairshot.com is your home for hard-hitting reviews, news, opinion, and analysis with attitude. Why? Because you're smarter than the average fan. Thechairshot.com. Always use your head.
Don't forget about ProWrestlingTees.com/thechairshot. Makes a great gift for the wrestling fan in your life any time of year. That's ProWrestlingTees.com/thechairshot. Well, DP, let me see something here. I think I like. No, I think I like that better. Okay, we're good.
Too close for comfort on the first one.
I don't. Yeah, we'll stick back a little bit. A little bit more of the logo behind it too, which I like. It's my design, by the way. You're welcome. Not the chair shot. I think Greg came up with the actual.
Yeah.
That there's some upgrades in there that I think Ray did that I liked, and then I came up with the burning parchment. So there you go.
It feels a little Wild West.
Yeah, I didn't know I enjoyed burnt parchment as much as I did, or do, to be honest.
It's an interesting taste, I guess.
So SummerSlam. SummerSlam. It's been a few weeks since we've been on the show, just you and I think, right? It was TriCast, and we had Andrew on, I think, or no? Did you do the? Yeah, that is
I
true.
didn't do the pre. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been 3 weeks.
Liv Morgan takes down Io Sky to kick off SummerSlam. It was a great match. I made the point, like, if they're not going to give her a match at WrestleMania, why are they going to give her the belt at SummerSlam?
Yeah, and there was really no reason to move it off of Liv anyway. Too, like, so it was definitely one of the better matches of the weekend too. Like, really good, solid opening match. Um, yeah, it's a good win for Liv and her first title defense technically since she's won the title. So it makes a lot of sense for her to keep it.
Well, and now she's going to be in a program with Becky Lynch, which I thought that promo was awesome on Raw this week. So,
yeah, that was a nice surprise comeback. Becky Lynch getting in the ring. Again, perfect time too. She had good time off, and now that this one's over, getting Becky back into the main title picture after she was in the IC title for a while. Perfect spot for her, and coming back kind of as a little bit of a baby face, I guess, here. And couple little insults to Liv, a couple little shots about not being the first to be with Dom, and a lot of good fiery promo from her.
It's always, you have someone like Becky, a legend that's still going and still kind of in their prime and just gets it, male or female like that. It's easy to go back to being the good guy or good girl again, right? Everybody loves you anyway. They're just playing along with you when you're being a bad person. So I thought it was a really good promo. We'll see. I think this is going to only help Liv. Liv's like the most, like, take away Becky, who I don't think Becky's really necessarily as full-time as Liv is, right? Becky's got some built-in time off, which she much deserves, and especially can make her career last longer. So selfishly for the fans, it's a good thing. But I don't think anybody is as over as Liv Morgan is right now in the women's division, with everything that she's had going on with the music video and kind of being one of the centerpieces of Unreal. I thought she came across really, really. I thought she just came across great in there.
Yeah, and on just not even in the outside, but on the inside of wrestling, the leader of Judgment Day, helping out with Roxanne, and Raquel, getting them a little more over. And really, even with everybody else that's in that division, that, like, even like Charlotte Flair, right now, as far as the way they're pushing Liv, like, definitely probably the most over one in the division. And yeah, bringing back Becky, and then not even that, but Stephanie Vaquera made her return as well.
Yep, that's right.
Makes it even more interesting on where they go, and now you've already got everything kind of built in to go against Liv with her returning as well. So it's going to be great for that division on the Raw side of things.
No, I completely agree. We'll be interested to see what they do with Io, whether or not they even have plan. I don't know. It's been really
that one's tough.
Yeah, it's been really odd because she's healthy. She's great. She's one of the best wrestlers in the world, male or female, but they're just not. I don't know. I think maybe they're just trying to get away from Asuka and Kyrie for a little bit and maybe build her back up as the Royal Rumble comes around. But I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Let's move on though. 6-man tag: LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys take down Jacob, Jay, and Jimmy. Roman wasn't happy about it, but LA Knight had some words for him. We'll get to that part of it when we get to the end of SummerSlam here. This was okay.
Yeah, it was kind of the get your spot in match. They wanted to hit, the Jays bring it back, play the music bit, and kind of all their little high notes. Yeah, that's kind of the way this one felt, and I think when we talked about it, that we figured, you know, LA Knight and those guys were going to be the ones coming out on top storyline wise. So, yeah, Solo just continuing to bring out more of his fun side is fantastic, and it's just gonna get nothing but get better. And I'm happy to watch where they bring him in, as he kind of transitions to a baby face. So.
No, he's been doing a great job. It is something that we've been looking for a while, or talking about, happening, and it's happening now. So hopefully they keep the pedal down there. We'll get back to the ramifications from both sides of the win and loss from this match as we get to the end of reviewing SummerSlam. Gunther and Nick Aldis, what a great match. Nick Aldis needs to be around and wrestling and a superstar. Great general manager, one of the best general managers ever. But the guy can clearly talk. The guy looks great. He can wrestle. He can tell a story, and he has the acceleration of a 40-year-old Mack dump truck. But he can, once he gets going, he's fine. I don't know if that was kind of like legs stuck in concrete, nervousness, or kind of everything hit you at once. But if you watch that match, it's just he has a hard time getting moving. He's getting moving, but it's not. Anyway,
he's a Bowser.
Yes, pretty much. It's really, really what it is. But despite that small little thing, what a great match! What a great talent! And this guy needs to be making other talent and making other great storylines. I don't see why he couldn't be an IC or US champion and see what he does with the championship. Who knows? He could find himself in the main event against some world champion down the road too.
Yeah, and he's got the pedigree in the background to do that. I think when we talked about it last week, I think I said it was probably going to be a one and done for him, but I definitely hope not. They clearly, as we found out the next night, he was back to his general manager position. But I would love to see him get back in the ring. I mean, a lot of the what they talked about made it seem like he was this old, you brought it up, right? They have near the same age. But they made it talk about like he's just some old dude. And I'm like, he's only been out of the ring for 3 years. It's not like he couldn't still wrestle. And I'm glad he, obviously proved it and looked great, in defeat. And he's a big dude, and you could see it when he's out there finally in his ring gear. So I would love to see him get some kind of run and keep going, because he definitely can. And maybe they keep going forward with it, because they exercise this demon of Gunther, and seems like everybody's on the same page now and everybody's okay. But they could any time. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly got the pedigree to put him in any kind of title match or big match if they wanted to. I would love to see him get a run with it to a US title level too. Even I think that would be a lot of fun. So we'll see. I'm hoping it's not the one and done.
Right. And I would hate to continue to have them just use him in a general manager has problem with male talent once or twice a year. Do you know what I mean? That's really kind of lazy.
Kind of just did it. Yeah, you can't do it.
You can't really do it ever again unless you're going to leave him a general manager and maybe in 2 years or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, why are you the general manager then if you're always trying to get into the ring with the talent? You should be a champion then,
Yeah, tell me something like, hey, maybe he just goes like, yeah, I don't want to do this. I got the itch now. I want to wrestle again. I don't want to do the general manager thing, and move him off or something. Yeah, don't tell me the same story again, because that's lazy. That's lazy booking.
Fatal Influence defeats the Bellas and Paige. This should have been a tag team title match. Or something. I know that the right team has it, Fatal Influence, but I think more importantly, I'm going to give you my early favorites for Money in the Bank winners, and JC Jane is who I think the Money in the Bank briefcase should be put on in the women's division. That group has been brought in and mixed with the top tier of talent on the women's side since they've came up to the main roster, and they've hit extra base hit after extra base hit after home run after, 2 RBI, 2 out, 2 RBI single. They're making contact in positive ways every single time they come out in front of television, and this was just another one of them. I mean, we talk about the group of guys, and we're gonna slowly get to a few of them here shortly, but this group of women coming up, they get it.
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing their run since they came up. So I'd be all on board for that. Definitely the right team went over. Definitely the right team has the tag titles.
You got a soundbite? Our besties in the chat. You got a soundbite?
Oh boy,
what's up, bestie? I don't need the rest of the viewers, listeners expecting their own soundbite as well. But there you go, Mr. Ungar.
He's been along too long to not have one. Yeah, it definitely should have been tag title match. This is what we should have had at WrestleMania, but didn't get it. The ending to this, the turn, Brie Bella getting hurt was killed it. Really killed everything. That was when I saw her get hurt, you could definitely tell something was wrong. So I don't know what they're going to end up doing here. The heel turn from them two makes no sense to me. I don't know why you'd bother doing that. And yeah, I don't know what's going to end up happening anyway because Brie Bella's injured. So the feud with Paige is just going to be Nikki and Paige going at it for a little while probably. And I don't know what you do then with them. So
I think if you have to do something with them, and Nikki looks like she's come back to be in the conversation again, so she could easily be a challenger for the title and just someone that loses at a big show, right? Just because of who she is. I don't know that she ever gets the title again right now. There's so much great talent at the top there. Like, I'm not saying that if she wasn't who she was and she was an up and comer, definitely expect her to have that, but she doesn't need that anymore, right? She'd be better off to lose a really great match like that. So I could see her getting more over as a heel, heading towards that by maybe beating Paige for number one contendership. And, like it starts out as like good competitive friendship. Hey, well, you know what? Good on you. And this can bolster Paige out on her own as a good guy and really give Nikki the heat that she's a lot better, I think, when she's heel and chasing.
Yeah, I guess if she's gonna be around a while, I could, it makes a lot of sense. When she came back the first round, she did the heel thing before. So I mean, I just didn't see, and that one to me fell flat too. Like, so I wasn't, I didn't think it made any sense to do it. To me, just there's enough heels. There's that she doesn't really need to do it. And if they were going to stay together as a tag team, again, why bother doing that if they were going to chase the tag titles, which are on a heel team right now? But Brie getting hurt changes things a lot too. So, I mean, we'll see. It's definitely fine. And yeah, Nikki can obviously hold her own being former champion and as legendary as she is. They could definitely fit it in and make it whichever way, make it work. And yeah, they could throw her into a title match on random shows. And if they need some kind of filler before the next storyline.
Well, that's the thing. As much as sometimes people don't want to give her credit or kind of think back about what she really means to it. She's still great on the mic. She's still better than a lot of people on the mic as well. So, let's get into it. The double main event on Saturday. CM Punk defeats Cody Rhodes. And another CM Punk is having this line of unbelievably epic pay-per-view matches against the best talent in the company, right? I mean, we talk about his match against Roman being at WrestleMania, to me, easily top 10. And I don't even have to think about it. It could be higher than that, main events of all time. What he's been doing over the summer, capturing the belt from Sammy, and now taking care of Cody Rhodes here. I thought it was a great match. It's kind of like Spider-Man. We went and saw Spider-Man, and we knew how long it was going to be, right? And when it was over, my stepdad looked at me and goes, "That was 2.5 hours? That was quick. That wasn't 2.5 hours." And when I was done and I checked the time, just because I've gotten really nerdy about that in my old age. It was a half-hour match, and it did not feel like a half-hour match. It was so good. But what did you expect from these two guys? And we all knew Punk was the right call to hold on to this belt here.
Yeah, we didn't necessarily get any heel turns like we thought. Maybe one or two might do that just because it's babyface and babyface. But yeah, it was, and it's because these guys can tell a ridiculously good story, and you're invested into it, and that's what makes great matches not seem like they're dragging on, or whatever, and you're just kind of waiting for it to be over. You want to see them keep going, and in a lot of those cases, there's not a lot of downtime either. Like that's what's kind of crazy, in some of these matches. You get a lot of, submission holds or something like that where they're resting a bit or anything like that, and they for Punk, it's kind of ridiculously amazing that he can still do that and put on 30 minutes of basically nonstop action is ridiculously great, and still pull off like elbow drops from the top of the turnbuckle onto the table on the outside. It's like, wow.
He's even come out and talked about working with a new trainer, and it's someone that works with somebody else either in or related to the WWE. I can't remember. He told the story, I think, on Stephanie's podcast. I think that's right. So go back and check that out. But he's probably in better shape and dietary training lifestyle wise and better off than ever, right? Like just stricter with himself, but still gives himself a cheat day sometimes and stuff like that. But has it really narrowed in like scientifically on a lot of different things. So if you're interested in that, I mean, he looks as good as he's ever looked. And for the amount of success I would say he's having matches, always had on the mic, and probably the amount of money he's getting paid, he can keep going as long as he keep doing it, right? And then here's Randy.
I called Randy Orton coming back, but I didn't call him coming back that way.
Did Dave
probably came back in the proper way? The proper way he should have come back is what he.
Didn't Dave call this though?
I thought I called this one. Check the tape. I don't remember.
But I think he had Randy Orton interfering in this match.
That would make sense. I think I thought I had.
I'm not sure.
I had Randy Orton coming in and helping Cody. Maybe I don't remember who said it. He might have said it first. Maybe I said it second. I don't remember.
No, I don't remember. Maybe you're right. Maybe he called KO or something else.
He might have called Randy too. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, we're not trying to not give people credit.
He's listening, right? Yeah, he totally called it.
DWI is drunk wrestling intelligence, drunk wrestling intellect, drinking with idiots.
Don't remember
all these things where we can have plausible deniability to say, sure, it was us collectively.
Yeah, I totally did it. Absolutely.
If you're there,
Dave, part about not remembering.
Mention us in the chat. Oh, he probably did. There he is. I'm not sure. I know we discussed KO. So Dave isn't even drinking it. He doesn't remember either. But we've done so many of these. We're all usually generally going in the same direction. Just because, I mean, we've talked about it before too. Like, we're not just wrestling fans. We pay attention to all wrestling. We give everything a try. And if something big outside of WWE or catches our interest, we pay attention to it. But we always have and always will be WWE main roster guys, and we've been following it since basically WrestleMania, right? So it's just is what it is. It is where we are. Kenny called it. He said, Kenny wasn't there, you son of a bitch.
On the show.
That's Chris. He can't even tell the difference between Kenny and Chris. What a douche.
That or just can't remember who was on the show.
I know they're both black, Dave, but one of them's British. I mean, come on. Shout out to Kenny. We missed him. Kenny actually couldn't make it because he was in Disneyland or Disney World or Disney Euro.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but once again, a big thanks to Chris and Dave. That was a great time. If you haven't checked that out, you can listen to it on Chairshot Radio Network, or I would suggest go to Attitude of Aggression YouTube channel and watch the live video. It was really good. So, I mean, I've been talking about it since they decided that they were going to put that belt on Punk in Chicago against Sammy. And I even, once I realized that Cody got hurt at the beginning of that show, I'm like, oh shit, here we are. Here's where we are. This is where we're having it. I've kind of said that I heard rumblings, and you listened and looked at different stuff on the dirt sheets and from different people, and sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't, but it just made sense that NBC would have wanted him to be there and be their champion for a while as they head into at least like the Royal Rumble or something. So that's what I see over there. And I know you kind of agreed with that, but what now for Cody?
Well, at least that's an easy one for now with Randy Orton. Costing him the title is, they can have their feud for a little while. And I love that because it keeps Cody out of the title picture for a little while. Because basically, since he's been back, he's been in the title picture. And it would be nice to, don't get me wrong, I like Cody. So it sounds like I'm trying to, push him out of there. But like,
but sometimes you need
something different.
Yeah, sometimes guys like that need to take a break from that picture, right? Even if it is Cody.
Yeah, and we talked about him needing something like a little bit of a reboot or refresh. We talked about him potentially going heel and needing kind of that redemption story again because he's been in the title picture. He maybe needs to get back into a little more of a chase, a little bit of a downtime, come back up. And they don't necessarily have to do that with him turning heel. They could have that just him getting out of the title picture and having something else. So maybe this is the way they go with it, is just a little bit of a change of direction for him to get a few more other things going on and have the title picture be somebody else for a little while. So I think that's awesome. I don't know after Randy, I don't know where you're necessarily going to go with him, but you can get 3 months out of this feud if you want to, have it culminate somewhere towards Survivor Series or something. And then have, Punk, carry that title to at least the Rumble. Maybe he gets maybe he holds it till WrestleMania. I don't know where we'll be at Royal Rumble time because there's certainly a lot of people you can put in that position, but having him defend the title at a WrestleMania would be a first for him as well. So maybe they do that. I don't know.
We'll see. Plenty of options. All right. Now it's time for PC Tunney to prove that he is not just a guy who cheers for the WWE and everything is rainbows and sunshine.
Yeah.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
One of these.
Now, you're going to hear about it.
Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi in Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi in Hell in a Cell. So Obafemi leaned a table up against the cell on the outside, and Brock went shoulder first through it. Brock hit Oba with the stairs a bunch of times. It was pretty brutal. And conveniently, the chairs used to use chair shots. Shout out to the chair shots. And the Wingstop logo on them.
Yay!
Brock decided to pull the mat up and expose the hard wood of the actual ring. Brock gave an amazing tombstone to Obafemi on said exposed space, to which Oba no-sold, which was part of the finish, turned it into, what is this move? Fall from Grace?
Fall from Grace.
Sure. And decided not to put Brock down on the exposed hardwood, to which Brock looked over after feeling not being put down on the exposed hardwood, looked over, and well, at that moment in time, what was he really going to do? Because we all came to find out how much time he actually had left in his career. This was not a Hell in a Cell match. This was the same fucking match that they have just had twice already. Brock could have stayed retired after WrestleMania instead of coming back 10 days later at Greensboro. I do like Brock coming back and saying, I'm the past, this is the present, and the future. This is the man now. But this Oba and his interaction with Heyman and his promo on Raw are all great, and he looks great, and he came out wearing the white and the garb, and he looked great in it, and he's underrated. He's so good as a persona and a physical being, and his entrance and his presence that his mic skills are almost underrated, oddly enough. But everything since Brock Lesnar coming back from fake retiring at WrestleMania has been subpar between these two gentlemen. And it's only okay because it's those two and what Brock's done and what Oba's going to do.
Oba, I think, has done everything right. He has done the best. He has made everything be as great as
fucking exposed wood, did he?
as far as getting through, as far as promos and getting through the stories and everything, definitely missing that ending when he hit it. And I'm like, why would he have not put him down on the on the wood? That was the whole idea. And yeah, Brock looking at it, like, yeah, he totally missed it.
He totally looked immediately over to his right, like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Like that should have been that should have been it,
dude.
that should have obviously been the way to go. And
2004 SmackDown taping, Vince would have made him walk back out and do it over again in front of the fans.
Kick the fuck out and do it again.
You go, yeah, listen here, Oba.
And it came out, tore 2 quads, and still made him do it again.
Why is he just laying there?
Just sitting on the ground. Yeah, you can't fucking stand up anymore. 100% what we did not want out of this match. It was hilarious too, because I knew at some point it was coming, and after he put him through the table, and I turned and I made the joke of, oh, he put him through the Slim Jim table, and I turned to the Dillinator and I said, one of these days they're gonna have sponsors on the chairs too. And sure shit,
yeah.
10 seconds later, here comes the Wingstop chair. And yeah, knocks the fucking bone out of his chicken wing. It was the stupidest fucking thing. Like, I don't know how just a side thing to just WWE in general. I don't know how many more goddamn sponsors I can deal with. In the other matches, they're popping up the thing on the Morgan and Morgan thing. I saw you tweeted that.
Did you see that? I go, yeah. There's no chance against Liv Morgan in a World Heavyweight Championship match, in a match sponsored by Morgan and Morgan. Get the fuck out of here. There's no chance. Morgan and Morgan's like, hey, about that Liv Morgan match, she winning? Okay, here's our money. We'll spend. Oh, she's losing. Maybe a loss for Morgan doesn't look so good for Morgan and Morgan.
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit more money. Put my name out there a little bit more.
I'm so glad you remembered that. I'm so glad you remembered.
Like the first note I put down. Like, yeah, okay. Like, it's getting overwhelmed. It's getting ridiculous. Like, if anybody have seen Ready Player One, when they make the joke of like, hey, I can sell 90% of my HUD space on the screen before I get, fined or whatever. And it's like, yeah, it feels like it's getting to that point where, 90% of what I'm watching is ads, and I see a couple different wrestling moves in between. So that aside, back to the match anyway. Yeah, like that was it. That was your spots. Like I think you were the first one to bring it up last week, as I remember. Like we just said, might have been me too. I don't know who said it. It's a Hell in the Cell match. Use the Hell in the Cell. That's the point of the match. If you're not going to do that, don't waste the time selling a Hell in a Cell. Like, don't bother. I already had to sit there, and everybody had to wait 10 minutes for the damn thing to get in place when we sat there and waited for it to get down, whatever, because they had to get the stupid flames or whatever the fuck things were in there out of the way. Like, and then you never used it. Never used the cell. Why? Then don't bother. It's fine. It could have just been make it a regular match then. Fine. I really didn't want to see their matches twice.
Street fight, no holds barred, whatever you want to do.
Would have been the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you barely use it. Those guys don't need that anyway. Well, but if you're going to do it then.
it was something for ESPN probably to sell more subscriptions to that tier of getting that part of the streaming, right? Here's a Hell in a Cell, and by the way, it's for Brock and Oba, and it's just they didn't use it. You're right. Like
they not one move. I mean, the table spot, fine. They could have laid that against the barricade. Yeah. That's it. Or it's the only one. They never didn't even headbutt him into the fucking chains. No. You know, nothing.
No, nothing at all. It was just, it's the
why?
You're right. The first thing that I don't know. Dave was controlling the. Did a great job hosting last week. Had a really good time, and that was fun for me. But when he came to me on this subject, I remember saying the first thing I said was, "They need to. This is the Hell in a Cell match. I want them to use the cell. There's no blood. There's no nothing." It doesn't. It
if
just
was gonna be Lesnar's last match. It feels like blood was gonna be involved for that too, and that was the other thing. Like we more or less assumed he was gonna retire, and maybe this is on him. Maybe he didn't want to do it this way or whatever. But sell me it as a retirement match then. Sell it to me as if I can't beat you, I'm done. And add that stipulation to make it, you want to sell some more? This could be Brock Lesnar's last match. Sell me, I want to watch that. And they didn't even bring that up. Didn't talk about that at all. Like we felt like this was the whole way it was going to end before because it's in Minnesota. Like it made a lot more sense. And after whatever the fuck happened at WrestleMania leading to this, like we just said, nah.
I have not. I don't think I really have, except for just talking about storylines and stuff. I don't think I've actually brought up his name, to be honest with you. And I think I might have defended him a few times along the way, but I fully believe that the person that was in charge of these types of things before Hunter would have got this way the fuck more right than Hunter did. And I'm not saying that person should still be around. I'm not saying anything other than that would not have been fumbled the way it was.
Yes, he who should not be named.
Oh, Vince McMahon, Chris Benoit. They're all people. They're names. We all know who they are. I'm not going to play the Voldemort game. We do the same thing on Big Five. We're covering history.
I call him that all the time.
We're not talking about the person. We're talking about the superstar. We're talking about the superstar with Vince too. We're talking about the booker, the person writing the story, right? We're talking about the story. That's what we're talking about. And we're not trying to make light of any other things that are sad and horribly tragic that are associated with these individuals. So let's just preface it that way.
Yeah. Nobody's ever been 100% at selling things the right way or whatever, but I feel like this one, that would have never happened. Like there's no way.
I don't think
he's gonna sell. He always sold the realism of it and sold the, hey, if you're gonna do this, we're gonna make them feel like it was, the end of the line or somebody's out. They're gonna make it believable that they're really out of the game, and you wouldn't have came back 2 weeks later and fought him anyway. He wouldn't have won King of the Ring and decided like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to take the title match. We wouldn't have done that. Like that wouldn't have happened. Honestly, I don't think. Just the stupidest decisions that have been booked in this. That is accurate. Well, I don't know. I've never said it 3 times like that. So.
We don't have to. We can keep moving.
Yeah.
No, I think we've said our piece on this. Let's move on. And I'm glad Hunter is where he is. I think he's doing a fantastic job. So we'll leave it at that. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn set to open night 2 of SummerSlam, #1 contender match. And looky, here comes Gunther. Well, how'd you feel about that?
I thought it was great, honestly. Like the opening, Nick, him basically coming out, Nick Aldis getting his spot back and putting Gunther in there was like, hey, nod to, all right, we made our peace. I think you deserve to be in there. Okay. I can dig that. I was fine with that.
And it was perfect because it kind of gave it even more of a pleasant surprise
Oh wait, there is one more.
Wait, there's more. I mean, like, I was like,
ooh, baby.
Yeah, so happy to see that
happy.
back. While Nick Aldis is a Bowser in the ring, KO can't really turn his head left or right much anymore, but he's still a hell of a fucking wrestler.
He's a cannonball in the ring.
I mean, you can noticeably see he doesn't turn his head much farther than that. It's shoulder turning, right? And that's just kind of the nature of the game. But hopefully he's back in a space where he can finish out his career the way he wants on his terms, and then when he's done, be able to live a comfortable, you know, uh, pain-free life afterwards. That's what I hope for him. But strictly,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're on the same page there. But strictly coming back, winning. We got what? This is for Punk's title? No, this is for
Punk's.
This is for Punk. KO and Punk.
That's why I didn't say anything about who's Punk going after this when we were talking about the future. I was like, we'll talk about Cody Rhodes because here comes Kevin Owens and CM Punk in what should be a hell of a fucking mic battle. And those two putting on wrestling matches is going to be fantastic. And I hope Kevin Owens gets, a little more comfortable coming back from his injury. It's going to be a great feud here in the middle of the fall. I can't wait. And so happy for Kevin Owens. We hoped he was coming back soon enough, and putting right back into a title picture is really great for him. When I saw whoever posted it with Kevin Owens poking fun at Dominic Mysterio at the autograph signings. I don't know if you saw that, but Kevin Owens was hiding behind the curtain and like chucked something at Dom, and he like looked back and he's like, just goes like, "You suck," and just Kevin Owens being Kevin Owens, and he's fantastic. And I saw that and I'm like, God, I wish he was back, And then sure shit, here he comes. Was awesome.
Your brother reminds me of Kevin Owens in certain ways with their humor and kind of, you know what I mean? Like, he's totally like, he kind of punch you and be like, "You smell like bologna." Oh, thank you, Kevin Owens. Thank you, brother Joe Owens.
Yeah, just that awkward hilariousness.
It's great. So good at. It's a compliment. No, and you see some stuff like he's been around too, like the past year, like at big stuff. And folks, if you haven't watched the latest season of Unreal on Netflix, do it. I binged it a couple Saturdays ago, and it's probably the best one because of the storylines that are involved in the year. So,
and I love the interaction between him and Sammy. I mean, the standout of the match, like give it a hey, welcome back, give a handshake, and then just start wailing on each other, like just right back at it. Like, it's great. It's hilarious.
It still would have been hilarious if Kevin would have been the one to take the belt away from Sammy. Anyway, nonetheless, we do have a great feud, I think, that we should be able to build in here. And I wouldn't be opposed to every guy in this fatal four-way match being involved in the championship picture moving forward, right? In some way, form, or fashion, kind of getting involved and everybody screwing everybody over until we culminate in some kind of something. But now we get to the segment called Giant White Guys Beating Up on Popular Black Talent. Baron Corbin comes back and whoops Trick and takes his title. And then on Monday night, Big Cass comes back and whoops Javon Evans' ass. That's your segment of Giant White Men Beating Up Popular Black Talent.
Are we just moving on then? I don't know how you can top that. So.
I mean, I just when that happened, when I watched Raw back and that happened, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get to the Trick thing. That's going to be funny. We talked about it. I talked about it. I said, is this a spot where they can take that belt off a Trick and it doesn't hurt him too much if they want to put him into a higher tier storyline moving towards the other belt? Or you said, is it possible time to kind of hotshot it back and forth? See how Trick does chasing, losing, winning again, maybe. But Baron Corbin looks fucking phenomenal. This was a very good match. Trick Williams just Obafemi is inevitable. Trick Williams is undeniable. And once Javon Evans can make himself unforgettable, those are your three biggest talents. How can they not be if you're unforgettable, inevitable, and undeniable as Trick Williams, I believe is.
Yeah, I love a lot of good things for Trick Williams in the future. Looks great, looked good in this match and in defeat. And yeah, I kind of hope it's a hot shot of it both. Like I think in a sense, we all kind of agreed, like maybe Trick Williams isn't necessarily ready to go put in the main spot, especially because they have a lot of talent in there right now. And we wouldn't want him to get lost. So
Trick start just having some bigger storylines moving towards what if he's the guy to face Punk at the Rumble?
He could be on the other side of it too.
What if Trick Williams is defending the WWE Championship at WrestleMania against Obafemi? What about that?
Could be interesting.
Let's talk about it.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that side of the coin of the title moving around a little bit. If it goes off of CM Punk, Kevin Owens can take it. Like I said, Gunther's in there. Maybe. I got no problem with that. Look, there's so many good, talented wrestlers, and there's so much at the top of the card that you could be in for a good hot shotting of a couple people winning it. I'd be down for that.
Right.
We're not too far removed from Roman Reigns being the 1,000 someday champion, having for a couple years. Maybe we move it around a little bit more and, get a feel for all the talent that is out there, because there is a lot.
Yeah, there's something to be said with such a stacked amount of talent that can go into that upper tier, that main event tier, that world champion, WWE championship tier, to go back to more of an Attitude Era booking for a little while, right? Like,
yeah,
it go back as much as like Stone Cold Steve Austin, greatest superstar of all time. Go look at how his longest title reign is. It's not very at all. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of those guys from 97 to 03. Yeah, right in there. Yeah, and that's where we are right now in the Big Five. The next project will be, I believe, SummerSlam 97, the dumbest title change of all time.
Which was SummerSlam 97?
Well, if you know who was the champ at Survivor Series 97, then you know who won the title at SummerSlam 97 and why. Oh. Why would you give him the belt? Why would you give him the belt?
Yeah, when you knew he was leaving in 2 months?
Well, Brett wins it at SummerSlam. Yeah.
Does he beat Taker? I can't remember who he beat at SummerSlam. That's what I mean.
I didn't watch it yet. I think so.
Oh, yeah, you got to wait till. I think it was Taker, but I can't remember. But yeah, right.
A whole bunch of times, but I haven't rewatched.
You don't have to watch it. Yeah.
I haven't
don't need to watch it right now. Yeah, watch it when you have to. Here coming up.
Right. But anyway. Well, let's go move on to the women's 5-way ladder match, and lo and behold, it's a big one for the fans, and it's a big one for Chelsea Green, and I'm happy for her. Even though it's an interim, I hope that she ends up some way, form, or fashion beating Rhea Ripley and holding on to this till Ripley comes back. But I got to be honest with you, I doubt it.
I think we said it the last week too.
Nope, sorry, not that one. That's twice, actually. Oh, King of the Ring 97.
I haven't got the King of the Ring. Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's
Billy Gunn.
That's Billy Gunn. Because I just 98. Yeah. Oh man.
Enjoy.
Who'd have thought?
Enjoy the ass, man.
Who'd have thought Billy Gunn would Billy Gunn that King of the Ring?
I can tell you one guy who didn't think that.
Yeah, well, he would have got Obafemi and Brock Lesnar right though.
Yeah, great for Chelsea. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Yeah, loved Chelsea Green winning it. I again, stupid idea to have an interim champion. I don't understand this at all. We don't do this. We strip the people of the title when they get hurt or whatever.
Do you think TKO
Why?
suggested this because
Why?
Rhea's come back soon enough?
So then don't do it. Then you don't need to do it, or you have her win it back then.
Oh,
we don't do this.
I forgot to say Trick Williams should be the Money in the Bank winner, and maybe that's why he lost the
Oh,
US.
there you go.
Yeah, I forgot
There
to
you
mention.
go.
I told you I was going to give you my Money in the Bank picks. JC Jane, Trick. That makes sense. If Trick Willie's going to end up with the Money in the Bank, he doesn't need the US title. I think that's really
a solid choice.
that's a like those are the two best people on each side, right? They both benefit from it. They both haven't reached the mountain yet, and they both have a personality that can talk and carry the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, and having little Yachty with the been there too with the briefcase. Oh, they could have a lot of fun with that.
Oh shit, Hunter won 97. Is Billy Gunn 98? And Edge is 99? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, because Austin, Hunter, I think Billy Gunn's Edge is right after Billy Gunn because he goes, I won't Billy Gunn this King of the Ring. So it's gotta be right. Okay, so there you go.
There you go. There you go.
All right, stop
Hunter
correcting
wins
me.
it the year after you're supposed to win it.
Damn it, Dave, stop correcting. Yes.
Yeah. Try and talk about Chelsea.
We got Austin.
Yeah, I just think I just the whole interim thing is completely stupid. So whatever. I didn't get what I wanted out of this match. Like obviously, I think we were all rooting for Chelsea to win it. I wanted to see Naomi come back. I called that, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. So
I'm rooting for me to be right. I wanted Charlotte to win.
there you go. Oh, that's right. You picked Charlotte. Never mind.
I did. I was happy to see Chelsea win. It's just my whole thing was like, oh man, like giving Lash or Chelsea their first championship as an interim, unless they solidify it, So
you're a paper champion, basically. You don't want to like why? Yeah, it doesn't feel as well deserved when it's like you're just here. I want to hold on to this for a little bit. Okay, yeah. It's like filling in. That's like taking. Oh, Jesus.
Who's 98 then? I should know this. I knew the whole thing once upon a time. Who's 98?
Yeah, you went down the whole list one time.
Who's 98 then?
Well, Dave, if only we had.
Since you're here, Dave, tell us who won 98 then. Were you looking it up?
Shamrock.
Yes.
Shamrock beat The Rock.
Shamrock beat The Rock, and that's how I remembered that. And now I re-remember it, even though I didn't.
Shamrock Rock. Yeah. There you go.
And then Kurt Angle, I think, is 01.
Kurt Angle is 2000. Edge is 2001.
Oh, okay, there you go. Because King of the Ring 2001 is Angle versus Shane, so that couldn't have been that one.
Yeah, that was Kurt Angle, and then Edge screwed Kurt Angle out of the match.
So 2 years after Billy Gunn, the Money in the Bank, Edge said, "I don't worry, I'll Billy Gunn this Money in the Bank." Okay, well then we came a long way to get that. It's never great when you have to explain the joke, but we got there.
And that's how you Billy Gunn a King of the Ring discussion.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Billy Gunn.
I'm an ass man.
Burp, burp. So I'm an ass man.
Ass.
So yeah, Chelsea Green. What do you see? Like when is Rhea coming back? It's got to be sooner than later, considering they're doing this. But
yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to have to wrestle each other for it. Is this a
someone beats her before that?
You certainly could do that too. I just I don't. Chelsea versus, I mean, it doesn't, none of this does anything for me. Like, okay, now what? We have to get Chelsea versus Rhea to crown who the real champion is, or is it just going to be, well, she's an interim, so when Rhea comes back, she's the champion, and you're just going to go, thanks for your time.
No. So if they do it like the UFC does, so someone's going to be out, but they're not going to be out for like 18 to 24 months or whatever. They're usually out less than a year, usually less than 6 months, right? When the champion comes back, the first fight for the champion and the next fight for the interim is against each other to realign the championship.
Sure.
Whoever's holding that interim, though, because in UFC terms, you're not going to have that many matches in that short amount of time, right? In WWE terms, she's on TV every week. I'm guessing Rhea's not coming back by Money in the Bank. I could be wrong. Could this be something at Survivor Series? Can she hold that belt for 3 more months?
Yeah, and I want to say no. But she can. I don't think she will.
Will, right. That's what we're asking.
Yeah. I don't think she will unless they do a whole long line of, her kind of sneaking out victories or something for a while like she normally does with wins. But
or do you build her up to Rhea and then, you know what I mean? Like, hey,
great.
She sneaks it out. This one, it was tough, but she did it. Now, shit, you got this new finisher. She crushed somebody,
I would love to see that. Make her be more. I mean, she's amazing. Now make her more believable as like a potential threat of a wrestler. I think it'd be great.
But when Rhea got hurt, did they think that hard about it and go, you know what? Here's our chance to build Chelsea Green up to Rhea Ripley. No, they just went, it'd be cool. Everybody loves Chelsea. Michael Hayes said that stupid ass thing. So now we can give her the belt, and it's technically a whatever. But I don't know. It feels like a Nikki,
moment. Just hit the moment.
Nikki ASH kind of title reign we're gonna have here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see. By the time you've listened to this already, but when SmackDown comes around, the title's already off her, kind of thing. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see that
longer over under the length of Sami Zayn's title run.
Yeah, I'd say over maybe, but this might be pretty close here. 7 days. I'd love her to hold on to it. I just don't feel it's going to happen. I'm still rooting for Naomi to. I literally don't read any of the like dirt sheet stuff or anything. I don't know when she's coming back or if she's even going to come back. I hope it's really soon, and I really honestly I hope Naomi versus Rhea Ripley to bring the titles back together. I thought would be a really, really great story. So I'll still root for that, and maybe Naomi's going to be the one to take it off of Chelsea very shortly. But who the hell knows? I mean, they did a couple returns on Raw with Becky and Stephanie, so maybe Naomi is coming back on SmackDown or something like that, and we can start pushing it towards that feud because that's the one I think that's next and would be the best one for Ripley, especially for the title that she never lost.
It looks like a torn meniscus, so surgery was successful. Dave sent me an update from Bleacher Report, but it doesn't really give me a timeline on it for the most part. So okay. I would 2 to 3 months at least, right? So we're talking Royal Rumble probably if you're going to be smart about it. What's the point of rushing her back for Survivor Series, right?
Right.
Or whatever, just if you're doing something special in December maybe, but like I think she shows back up on the first is that title on Raw? Right. It's a world heavyweight title, or is that the WWE?
The Women's Championship. I think that's SmackDown. Yeah, okay, that's SmackDown. She won that title at WrestleMania.
The first SmackDown of the new year, I would say. Let's just wait for that, and she can just be a surprise show up. Let's not talk about it between now and then. But knowing her, it'll probably be Survivor Series.
I'm sure she'll want to come back sooner than later. But if they can, I mean, we just talked about it. There's plenty of talent going around right now that they don't necessarily need her to come back as soon as possible, and you can build some more stories and put a few more other people and up in that picture to make them to help their stock rise. And with Royal Rumble right around the corner, that's always the best, always a great spot for a return. So it totally makes a lot of sense to wait if they're willing to and she's willing to. I definitely push for that over some other random return prior to.
Let's talk about curses. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about human monies. Let's talk about human monies on a poll. Is Danhausen still undefeated, DP?
Yes.
Yes!
He is. We had Minihausens in this match, if I do remember correctly.
We had. I'm so glad they had 4 Minihausens because they had El Torito Hausen show up and put on some moves.
That was great, by the way.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Face planted himself into the mats on the outside, though. But yeah, that was a good call to have him come out and do some moves and stuff. I thought that was a lot of fun and pretty entertaining. I almost got what I called, which was all the mini Housens standing up on each other to get the human monies, and they started doing it. And I'm like,
oh,
and so close.
The WLC match between Hornswoggle and El Torito is still one of the most underrated and entertaining professional wrestling matches of all time. I remember texting like a half a dozen people like, "Are you serious? You need to be watching this right now. It's insane."
Having the little step ladders and everything, they put on a hell of a fucking show.
Yeah. They did. That was amazing. This was fine. This match was what it was. I'm really more interested in the storyline with Dominic moving forward. What did he end up doing on Raw? It was something about. Oh, I can't remember. Do you remember?
I guess not.
Well, you go ahead and continue your thoughts, and I will effort that right now.
That. Yeah, it was a lot short. I guess shorter than I expected, even though like I didn't expect it to go long. But it's kind of seemed like I don't know, a very uninterested match for some people. Like they just kind of went through the motions and got through it, and JD McDonough coming out and taking the brunt of most of the beating, and then your boy Joe Hendry coming out too and getting involved was just a little, too much for me. It felt like it was like more of a kind of indie showing, and to be honest with you, and the bag with the $sign on it, I love that. I thought they were going to put the leather briefcase like up on a pole. But I love the bag with the $sign, the old school classic, like cops and robbers thing. It was kind of funny to me.
No, it was good. It was good. It was short. It needed to be short. It didn't need to be longer than that. They've done enough. They just recently did a gimmick match with Danhausen that was better than this one. No, Dom had the interaction with Chad Gable, and then it ended up in a tag match with Penta. And I think we may end up getting Gable against Dom for maybe both titles on the line at Worlds Collide.
Yeah, that would be interesting. They're really building that one up. I'm really excited for what they've been going.
Besides Worlds Collide and the Saturday Night's Main Event that's in September, we don't have a WWE PLE until Money in the Bank in October, by the way.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's good to have a gap here. I mean, we had between the Saturday Night's Main Events and all the other shows, there was like so many, like every other week they were having them for whatever 2 months there. So yeah, I'm fine with a gap, especially if they do some like, qualifying matches for Money in the Bank or something, and you can make a bigger Raw, have a title match in between on a TV show.
I mean, how many people are usually in the Money in the Bank? 6, right?
6. Yeah.
So
usually those group ladder matches are 6. Yeah.
You know what? I would do 6 triple threat matches for the men and the women, and that's how you qualify on a triple threat. Why not? Yeah. It kind of means something because the ladder match is that multi-person thing, so you would have to win a multi-person thing to get in. That's how I would present booking it if I was in that room.
In case you're listening.
Well, they always have. Like, I don't know how many things end up going on. Vince was, Hunter is. They're all listening. I know they are. They don't say anything because then everybody's listening. Then we start acting differently. Then they stop getting the good stuff. I'm just drinking my own.
Got to get paid.
It's fine.
Then I start asking for human monies.
Yeah, then we got everybody
shut down.
Enough of that shit, right? Fucking drinking with idiots, sons of bitches.
It's gonna be drinking with human monies soon enough.
Yeah, well, that's usually what it costs. A great match to be the penultimate match of the weekend, and Chad Gable. The story, probably the best story that WWE has had since Cody finishing his story for a singular person, is full circle into Lucha and the disrespect and coming around and realizing and turning a new leaf and winning this against Penta, and just the respect that these gentlemen have for each other and the respect that I have for these two guys in the ring. Chad Gable, we're going to get to it, is one of the most legit WWE superstars right now. If you want to talk about the legitimacy someone brings like a Brock Lesnar to the WWE.
Yeah, former wrestling champion. He went to Minnesota too, didn't he? Was he Minnesota? Yeah,
I think he was
he
on
went
the
to
Olympic
Minnesota.
team as well.
On
I'm
the
not sure.
Olympics. Yeah.
On the team.
Yeah, and just his whole story arc of the Lucha, thing ending with him defeating a luchador for his first singles title is just a fantastic finish to that story. So, and I'm happy to see that Penta was, they kept the respect thing going, and he just shook his hand, raised it. Yeah, he's the man. Obviously, they stayed friends or whatever, baby faces, because they tagged, like you just said, on Raw. So yeah, I think great things for Penta going on in the future, and I'm loving Chad Gable being IC champ and getting a run with a title that's well overdue for him, and him bringing his family in the ring for everything at the end too was great. His kid wearing the same leotard wrestling outfit that he was wearing was fantastic, I thought. And so it's that wholesome stuff for him is awesome to see, because he's been through everything in WWE. We assumed he was one of those guys that was just never going to get any kind of title, but I'm glad to see that we get that type of payoff in this era of wrestling, because we've gotten it for other folks too, like Sami Zayn. So I'm super happy for him.
Yeah, he's a great story. He's a high school state champion, Pan Am Games champion, won the US trials, competed in the 2012 London Olympics. So just a legit guy who's kind of come into his own on who he is as far as a superstar as well, right? Now, if he gets to a point now where we can start incorporating back some of those old things that he did that were hilarious, if we get a shoosh out of nowhere, people will go crazy, right? So we'll see how far he progresses. I think, boy, it'd be interesting if he was Chad Gable, ICN AAA mega champion at the same time. That'd be something. I don't think anybody. Well, Dom did it while he was IC champ, right? Or was he not mega champion yet?
I can't remember if he got the mega champion while he was IC or not. It might have been after.
All right, let's get to.
It might have been both. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's get to. I don't think so. I think we would have saw it on TV, because it would have made sense, because Taker's booking that shit right now. Anyway. There's also something. Rey Mysterio was talking to somebody about defending a title down on Triple. Do you remember?
So that's what I was kind of, in a sense, talking about there a minute ago. Was
I efforting and not paying attention? I'm sorry.
Well, no, you're fine. He talked to Roman Reigns about potentially coming down, and I think the plan is going to be to have a tournament of folks at AAA, and the winner is going to face Roman Reigns for the title at the show.
Why not?
So, I think it'd be really awesome, and I think early rumors were El Grande Americano.
Right, that makes sense. So. It just makes so much sense. Yeah, and I think I heard that too.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you're on the show, because if I had to do it by myself, I'd have to write down notes, and I don't really want to do that anymore.
I like that. My job.
I don't even have the Big Show sheet over here anymore. All right, let's get to the true main event. And man, oh man, was this not a love letter to hey, Dean, John, Moxley, Ambrose, when your contract's up, we'd love for you to come back. I mean, this was a fucking love letter to the man. Was it not?
Well, from the opening entrances of Seth wearing the gear, and the mask, and everything they did in the match with the uh, Seth doing the bounce off the rope move. I mean, did all his moves. The Dirty Deeds got hit.
Roman turned it into double underarm.
Yeah. And then at the end, I mean, we kind of expected at the end. Well, maybe we didn't, but
But even Cole talking about the
respect at the
story.
end.
Even Cole
talked
talked like the story of three. This is the story of three gentlemen or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
I think kind of the quote.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of played to it through a lot of the match and both of them hitting the power bomb through tables, the classic Shield power bomb, as much as they could do it with two people to themselves. So yeah, they just kind of, I mean, you hit all the marks of who they were as the trio, and ended it with the nod to the team, like this is it for us, which was really cool.
Obviously, Roman will continue to have his storyline with, I think, a lead to a match at Money in the Bank or Saturday Night's main event with LA Knight, and I think that's deserved for LA Knight. It's funny though, it's not like back in the day though, like where even if you just got the title match to main event, you got a bigger bump. It's just part of the story now. Which is also not a bad thing. You get paid what you should get paid anyway, or what you got agreed to, but. What about Seth Rollins now? Does he take a break for a while? Becky's back, so does he gonna go watch what is it, Rue? It's adorable. Is that what's gonna happen now?
I feel like it. And I think I'd be 100% fine.
He's gonna guest host the Rich Eisen show once in a while, and take his daughter to school.
Yeah, right. It's football season's about to start. He can go on ESPN and talk about the Bears.
Yeah, just so people know, like Seth Rollins' transition out of wrestling is into hosting like a weekly streamed a Rich Eisen type show. Like he fills in for Rich when Rich is gone, like after being such a great guest for him for years, and just being a knowledgeable sports fan, a knowledgeable kind of pop culture guy, being in one of the biggest celebrity couples in America doesn't hurt as well. So
he's obvious. I mean, super comfortable doing that stuff. Why wouldn't you? That's a great place to be. A lot of those guys transition so well doing this.
Zero Bumps Taken. That's a good podcast name, actually, for a couple of guys who have wrestled. Zero Bumps Taken. How about that?
Yeah.
Anybody out there is welcome to use it, and if you make money, you owe me all of it. How about that?
Human monies.
You
don't listen.
Blessed with that title. There you go.
Yeah, I'd be fine with him taking a little bit of a break here. Come back again. Come back at the Rumble towards WrestleMania season. I mean, again, we've got a lot of good storylines going on that they could fill the time. He can take an extended break if he wants to, and come back refreshed and ready for a push to WrestleMania. Why not?
The problem with a guy like Seth Rollins, though, is he's missed so much time during times when he didn't want to be there that he's like, well, I'm healthy right now. Why would I want to miss any time? I only have so much time. You know what I mean? So I think that's the most interesting thing coming out of that match. Great match too, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. Like I said, they hit all the kind of classic spots, Shield spots and everything. But then just them battling back and forth. Again, a long match, but perfectly done long match, and them just basically exhausting themselves trying to beat the other, and then them talking trash like, no, it's me, it's gonna be me, it was always me, or Roman saying, no, I gotta beat you, I have to prove this, and the trash talking between the two in the matches, and then everything in between was just very well done, very well told by them two.
This is one of the greatest SummerSlams ever for me, because it gave us two amazing championship matches that have so much history between the two people, and the matches were so beautifully and wonderfully executed. One with a meaningful run-in and one with a meaningful backstory line behind it in Orton and Ambrose. So kudos to WWE for telling two three really, if you count Liv Morgan and Io Sky was a great match as well. So shout out to Gable, shout out to Corbin, shout out to Chelsea Green especially. But I had a great time watching SummerSlam this past weekend. I still think it could be one day. I think the only thing that needs to be 2 days is WrestleMania. Please don't go Royal Rumble to 2 days. I don't think I thought I saw something Rumble was going to be in Phoenix in 2027, but I don't know if that was just rumors. What are your overall thoughts on SummerSlam as we're 5 days removed now?
I'm overwhelmed with ads. I don't know how much more I can do. I don't know if you're willing to, but I'm not paying $400 to get my name on a mat. That was interesting, not knowing that was a thing and seeing what I couldn't tell. And then all of a sudden they zoomed in on names and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I looked it up and I'm like, oh, $400, you can put your name on the mat.
Let me tell you something. WWE is doing great. People that own WWE and are invested with WWE, i.e. TKO and ESPN, aren't doing as great as they thought they would be doing because they're not doing it the right way. And that's their own fucking problem. They're just not. They should be
ruining my product.
They should be listening to the people that Hunter has surrounded himself with, the production team and everything they're doing and the story team, and they should be listening to them. And they're just not. And I feel like there's some things that you might not think have been interfered with, but I have been kind of interfered with, right? Like the interim championship thing is very TKO. All the sponsorships is very TKO, right? So I don't know. We'll see. I think TKO could benefit more from taking a page from WWE as opposed to imposing upon WWE. And I don't think it's as drastic as you think, but some of these things, they just kind of, when you throw the baloney at the wall, it fucking sticks, man.
Oh, yeah. And you may not notice it today, but then all of a sudden you notice it tomorrow and you're like, what the fuck just happened? It makes me nervous and it makes me not want to watch it live, to be honest with you, because I can watch it on, like day one, I didn't get to watch live. So I watched it, later, and I can fast forward through some of these things. Makes it better, honestly, when you got to watch some of it sometimes. So I get nervous with that. And this show, it got me on this show, at least, because it felt like everything got double down on when it came to advertisements and stuff.
Well, the PLEs
sometimes it could take away.
Yeah, the PLEs are not like what we remember them. They're extended.
No.
They're extended versions of Raw or SmackDown with a set lineup. That's basically what they are. Because you have a commercial all the time. Like, it used to be 3 hours of nonstop. Here's your pay-per-view. Here's 7 matches
and some segments in between, maybe, but
7 matches and 3 backstage segments, and we're going to give you 2 matches over 15 minutes. We're going to give you 2 matches over 10, and the rest of them are going to be about 7 or 8 minutes. And that's how that was the formula for the Attitude Era, right? But it's not where we are. We're not, it's funny because I feel like the storytelling and the overall product is in such a better place than it was when we started this in March or so. The whole project of what this show has become in March or so of 2014, when the WWE Network came out, right? And golly, were we blessed with the WWE Network. Like, it was $10 a month. Everything was there. Like, the whole library, even if you wanted to, like, you had to wait like a month or 6 weeks for Raw and SmackDown to show up on there, but that wasn't a big deal. But
watching that, really.
If you turned it on an hour after it started, you could still start from the beginning and fast forward up to the live point. Remember all that stuff when other people took over and we're like, why can't we do all these different things? But overall, I think the product is in a better place. Whether or not the consumption is more appeasable to people like us or anybody in general, that's debatable.
Don't get me wrong. The wrestling itself, the matches are great. The talent is fantastic. I love watching the wrestling. It's everything in between that just got me. But the talent level is so much better than what we used to watch when we started way back in the early days. That it's unbelievably different. And I love watching those, and I love watching what they're telling as far as storylines, and it's been great in the last few years with everything with storyline wise. Most of these have been really great, and they're knocking it out of the park with the matches. So yeah, don't get me wrong with that part of it. I love that part of it.
Well, folks, as much as we have become a opinion and kind of coverage-ish show, kind of just talking about the events of the past week, we are known for being a gimmicky show. So we're going to take a commercial break and come back with maybe our most infamous gimmick segment to end the show, because we got something to talk about. Right now, though, you're listening to DWI podcast number 531. Don't drink and drive. Drink a podcast.
This is your boy Kenny Killer telling you to make sure you check out thechairshot.com, bringing you breaking news, interviews, podcasts galore, everything pro wrestling. Make sure you check it out, thechairshot.com.
Thechairshot.com. Always use your head.
Last call for alcohol. What do you mean it's last call?
What do you mean? What do I mean? It's the last thing we're going to talk about today, and how apropos is it that the last thing we talk about today is going to be some of the most legitimate, and I kind of foreshadowed this before, who are the most legit WWE superstars of all time? And when I say legit, I mean, like, if they were really in there and they were going to fight each other, how would you rank them, right? And we kind of know some qualifying things as far as like wrestling background and mixed martial arts background, just being known as a tough son of a bitch, kick your ass background kind of thing. So I put out a tweet at PC Tunney on X, and I said, who's your Mount Rushmore all time of WWE's most legit superstars? And I have Andre the Giant, I have Ken Shamrock, I have Kurt Angle, and I have Brock Lesnar. Obviously, we're doing this segment in honor of Brock and his unbelievable professional wrestling career, his unbelievable athletic career that involves a UFC World Heavyweight Championship, a Division I college wrestling championship, a guy who just decided to go try out for the Vikings and was cut the last round of cuts. Like, give him another year of training and trying to become a football, he would have become a football player, right? This guy who's just been so believable because, like Pat McAfee said, hey, Brock, if the aliens come, you're the guy I'm sending to go fight them, man. You are the alien on this earth. And he just does some amazing things. And we talked about it last week. I said, not only has he gotten better, but his legacy has gotten bigger, and he's become better and more feared, right? So who do you have all time? Is that your all time, that top four? Did you I mean, it's a really hard, like, I think one person on there is basically arguable, and the other three should be there if we're talking all time legit WWE superstars from basically, let's just say, late 70s forward. We'll go Mania-ish era, where to include Andre when he was still peakish.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the only one for me of would I put him in the top four, honestly. The same three though. Brock 100% is like number one, and Kurt Angle and Shamrock right there below him, because Shamrock was, like, I guess basically the first one to kind of cross over from UFC fighting into WWE and made it feel like it was legit, like when he came in and they brought in a couple other guys, like he immediately took to WWE, I guess WWF at the time, and was so good at doing the WWF side of stuff, but making it look like he was still a UFC fighter kicking your ass for real. Like it was nuts. And he did he had the the ankle lock before, Kurt Angle did it. He was doing all that stuff. And, we just talked about it. King of the Ring winner, held the IC title for a while, never got the world title, but I think had a match or two maybe for it. But he was the first one I feel like really made it feel like, oh, this shit's legit now. We got some guys that are really gonna get their asses kicked in here because this guy, when he would get to the ring and do his little fucking scream at the stairs, he looked like he was gonna beat everybody's ass. So I love Shamrock in there, and I think he really changed the game when it came to that stuff. And a couple of the honorable mentions of when he came in, like Steve Blackman came in, with the black belt, and he really made it, could feel like he'd be a good ass kicker too. I wouldn't put him in the top 4, but him and Dan Severn was always in there too. So those guys, hitting the list, am I?
Okay, go ahead. I got a long list. You hit all yours. I'll bandwagon nerds it. And so Dave and Patrick have come to realize that I'll always do a long list of things for stuff like this. So I should go last because they hit a bunch of stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, I put a big list on mine too. Well, not a big list maybe, but okay. Obviously I had Andre on there too. But Blackman.
So who would you replace Andre with, or would you keep him there?
I think for me, I'd put Mark Henry in there. World's Strongest Man, like
because of the Mania era, just where Andre was at physically from that time. But if you want to pick Andre, like he's obviously up there.
At his peak, he's probably up there. Like
great call by Dave, who I didn't have on my list. Haku, and I should have. You have him on there?
On my list.
Good. Yeah, definitely. 100%. Probably one of the biggest Samoan, is he Tongan or Samoan badasses? But yeah, great, Dave. Great call. Meng, and Haku.
And the story, and then go look up stories of his, things that he has done supposedly and all that stuff. Like he is probably the most legit badass story
for those of you
from what you hear
who don't know or don't remember, or you're not old enough, or you're too old to remember. Like Andre and Haku were tag team champions at one point. How the fuck did they ever lose?
Well, if it was legit.
Yeah, there you go.
It never would, because the colossal connection between
LPW, legit professional wrestling. That could have been that could have been a great federation actually if you were drafting like that when we did that. Yeah.
This would be a hell of a roster right here with these guys. He was one that I was tempted to put up there too, because
if I was like in a Forbidden Door thing, I was like, I don't want to be in their Forbidden Door. I don't want to wrestle any of them.
Right. Thanks. If I see any of those guys, what we always talk about, like if you were in a dark alley and had to get into a fight with somebody, who would you want next to you?
It's like, hey, our cross promotion, working with another federation this month. It's LP. No, I think I'm hurt. I don't think I'll be there.
Yeah. Hey, you're gonna have we're gonna bring Bob Holly in to wrestle you. No fucking thanks.
Yeah, Vader. You're going up against Vader and Bob Holly in a fucking so there's two more.
Need him
Vader and Bob Holly.
Legit punching the shit out of me. I don't know how badass he really is, but he doesn't need to actually hit me. Like, no thanks.
What, you got more on that list, or you want me to name a few?
Haku is on my list. Mark Henry's on my list. Bobby Lashley.
I have him in my current. He's still wrestling, right?
Oh, sure. He's still wrestling. Okay, we're just going with the older ones. The only one I had for older. Oh, and I had two more, I guess, technically. Bad News Brown would have been on there for me.
Okay.
From everything I've heard from him. And folks, again, these old stories are prior to the internet. So there are stories. So if maybe they're not so true, but from everything I've heard, I think he's probably one guy you wouldn't want to fuck with. And Wade Barrett would also be up there. Bare knuckle boxer.
Yeah. Good call. I got Rick Rude, who was known as a tough guy. Bob Backlund was a suggestion from Dave. I wonder if that's it. Oh, Harley Race is another great one. I don't know if Harley's more legend or not. No disrespect to Harley whatsoever. Stan Hansen.
Oh, yeah.
Iron Sheik Iron Sheik was an Olympic coach for the U.S., by the way. He was the United States Olympic wrestling coach, and you all hated him. Go watch, yeah, Sheiky Baby. Fuck the Hulk Hogan. Yeah, look it up.
Oh, was he coaching him going like, don't wrestle like the Hulk Hogan?
So, if you want to go like as of today, people that are technically still active, Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Baron Corbin, multiple time judo and Golden Glove. Shinsuke Nakamura is not retired, and he is a mixed martial artist.
Yes.
And then who else was I gonna?
Yeah, we just talked about Chad Gable. I think he would make it up there.
Gable, yep, legit. Chad Gable. Well, so I think that's
that's who I had. I had Corbin and Lashley as my current ones. I didn't think about Shinsuke. That's a good one too, actually. He's legit.
Would you put the Steiner brothers in there, since I believe they wrestled at Michigan, correct?
They were. Yeah, they were.
They weren't Olympians, but if you're a college level wrestler,
college level wrestling athlete,
and you're like those guys, that's legitimacy too as well.
Yeah, I think they would. I think they might belong up there as well. I mean, yeah, they were fantastic. So I
don't know, the enforcer, the you don't get to become the judge of Kangaroo Court in that era, and that's a respectful thing to say. I think the Undertaker's pretty legit as well if he wants to be.
That's an interesting one. I mean, I think that puts you up there, unless it's just respect for, I don't know, for just him being who he is in the wrestling ring too. I don't know.
Believe the story about Shawn going out to face Austin and not maybe wanting to do business, and Taker was in the back ready to whoop his ass if he didn't. I'm not saying that's real or not, but then you got guys like you mentioned, obviously Mark Henry, Taker, Kane, Big Show. These guys are just big and athletic and strong. Like, you just don't want to fucking fuck with them legitimacy wise. There's a lot of young guys like that right now. Braun Breaker seems like a guy who I think was probably someone you really wouldn't want to fuck with.
A Steiner kid as well, so I'm sure he's definitely got the pedigree, the background to be that kind of guy.
If you look at the women's side, I know she's not with WWE anymore, but someone like Shayna Baszler, who is actually, a legit MMA career. I know Ronda Rousey is kind of
obviously
in that space before WWE, and so are a couple people that are huge like Shamrock and Angle, but more known for that than the wrestling side. But yeah, that's kind of the conversation I just wanted to have today. And anything we missed or you wanted to add that we didn't get in there?
No, I think we got everything I had thought about during SummerSlam, so I think we're good.
Awesome. I love it. All right. Well, hey, man, we come into these things thinking we'll be out of here in 45 minutes, and most of the time we are. A little before, maybe a little after. But when you get to WrestleMania and SummerSlam and Royal Rumble, we're not gonna end the show short and not cover everything, and that's what we did. And we had an idea to kind of honor Brock Lesnar, so I'll let you say your words for Brock after DP. I'm going to be real quick. Just as far as WWE superstar, to me, the most legit ever. He brought something that no one else could in that time period that he was there. And think about it, folks. That's like nearly a quarter century, if not a quarter century, or just a little bit under maybe. And he gave where's Paul? I mean, like, Paul Heyman's still somewhere, but where is he without Brock Lesnar? Right? He's still somewhere, right? But those two, just a perfect union for so many years, even with a break. So as far as professional wrestling goes, one of the top 10 all time. Don't even have to think about it. And in so many different aspects in little categories. So thank you, Brock. We will miss you. I wish you would have landed on the wood paneling of the ring floor instead of not. But nonetheless, I'll remember you for better things.
Yeah, I mean, the next big thing when he first came out, of a ridiculous class of OVW, him and Cena and Randy Orton, all in there. Just
Batista,
ridiculous.
Shelton
Batista,
Benjamin.
sorry. Just a phenomenal group that he got to work with before he even came up, and then continued his career on being able to face all of them. You know, came in, just looked like a monster, despite a kind of baby face when he first showed up. But again, like you said, though, Heyman just somehow became the
No.
perfect voice for him.
That's how good he is, though. Like, he learned how to not look like that, and he still has a baby face. If you watch the Pat McAfee show from this week, where he finally, you guys realize, like, he kind of like is Undertaker-esque and old school, where like he always stayed in this state of, even in interviews and public appearances and stuff, while he was still doing WWE stuff, like, fear me, I could go off on you at any time, and that's all just. It's all a character.
Sell the business.
Watch this interview with Pat McAfee from this week, where he talks about what happened and how he's done and how he's ready to move on, and he's 49 and everything. The guy it looks likable and looks relaxed and looks like a down-to-earth regular fucking guy. I think that's who he is. And he mentioned, if he had one thing for the talent and the youth coming up, nothing replaces time put in with hard work. Nothing replaces it. Not a fucking thing.
And he is lead by example. He is the epitome of that. Yeah, same like him and the Undertaker. Yeah, right. They in a sense bled the business, or would sell the business.
Loved the gimmick.
It was great. And yeah, that's who he was. He's the nicest guy in the freaking world, but you kick your ass. You turn the switch on, and like I'm in work mode now. And ever from the beginning when he came in, and youngest undisputed champion when he beat The Rock at SummerSlam at whatever it was, 22 years old or whatever. And I mean, goddamn, like a guy who could look that big but could do anything in the ring, anything. I mean, he hit shooting star presses until he missed the one, and that told him to stop.
I was going to say, and he didn't. But how much more infamous is it, in the storytelling, right? Like, we talk about it all the time. Like, sometimes DP and I'll go off on an adventure or whatever, and whatever we do when we're not podcasting, when we decide to get together, whether it's finding a new place to have some food and a drink, or a golf course, or whatever the fuck we're doing, even when it's a bad day, it's like, at the end of the day, we're like, well, think about this new story we have to tell now.
Right. Right. And like, yeah, I mean, his initial, first run, I mean, was already epic. He could have been done when he decided to, like, I want to try UFC. I want to do this. And like,
can we just say, though, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you, because you keep doing a better job of running down the timeline. Imagine how good he would have been in UFC without diverticulitis.
Oh my God.
If you don't know what that is, folks, look it up. His insides were basically eating itself while he was in UFC, and he still won.
Probably, like, I'm sure he was like almost like this close to death feeling, like I almost pretty much could have killed him. I mean, and yeah, second fucking match wins the goddamn heavyweight title in UFC. We're talking legit fucking fighters. And then ends up finding out he has that shit, and pretty much has to kind of call it a career in a sense, but is able to turn that into a second run in WWE, and can add that, like, legit, he was already so badass killer feel. Now he's coming in and going, I'm legit UFC heavyweight champion, beating shit out of people for real. Now try and beat me. And now he's another beast in a different level. Like, and they had him be that person, and had him be there a little bit less. But every time he showed up, I always said it, like, every time he showed up, it was lock yourself in, somebody's getting their ass kicked. And when that music hit, it was like, fucking A, that's that iconic sound, like The Rock's music or Stone Cold's glass breaking. was just like, here we go, a fight's happening. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, and you're like, let's fucking go. It's big fight feel. You got, big matches. You knew they were going to be quick, but they were going to be somebody was going to get tossed around the ring. Then he hits Suplex City. That comes around and is a whole nother bit where he's just suplexing guys a dozen times and you're counting along with it. He ends the Undertaker streak that nobody saw coming. It was a shocking moment, maybe, controversial moment, whatever you want to call it, but it happened.
WWE history.
Yeah. And
I mean, name a more shocking moment than
nobody.
Taker losing the streak.
Nobody saw it coming.
Yeah. I mean, we might be able to sit here and think about one that we can argue about it, but it's I can still see the guy with the glasses and the
and the white shirt
eyes.
Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
Like, wow. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. And on top of that, a guy who can just take down anybody he wants was a guy who was ready to put anybody over that he felt needed to get put over and he thought was worth it. And he ended it with putting over Obafemi as he's the next big thing. Like, crazy. Like, that's insane.
And if something was funny, he'd laugh at it. And if he and they gave him the boombox Brock thing, and he went with it, and it was great. And R-Truth got him a couple times. It was kind of before, but like he's a human being too,
Yeah,
he's still
and he had goddamn fun doing it. Yeah, he could have fun doing it every damn time. But kick the ever living shit out of you, and then laugh in your face. But have fun with Ron Cena and and everybody else, and make a fool of himself.
Well,
but loved every second of it. Loved every second of his goddamn career.
DP and I need to talk to our local branch of the Podcasters Union because we never work this much in one day. This may be we're going on hour 42 right now. This could possibly be one of the probably top 10 longest just you and I podcasts ever.
I was gonna say, as long as it wasn't like the TriCast or anything, this is probably the longest.
I mean, just you and I. Yeah, I don't know if we've ever done 2 hours, just you and I.
I doubt it. I'd probably just stop talking at that point.
Left the recorder on, walked away, came back, said good night. Good night, John Paul.
Some white space. Night, John Boy.
Shit, yeah, or John Boy, whatever the fuck.
Hey,
mine was the French Canadian version, John Paul. Good night, good night, John Paul. In honor of Kevin Owens coming back. No, fun show. We had a SummerSlam to cover. That was 2 nights and had a lot of shit going on, and we had a gigantic retirement. And while you might get a classic episode every couple of months or so, we're generally here. And when the big things happen, we're going to dig in and talk about them. Expect like a 26-minute episode next week. No, I'm kidding. Maybe we'll try and get a guest or something next week and shoot the shit with somebody. Before we go, I do want to, before Dan starts pimping everything and lets you know about him and we get out of here, we do have some big things coming up as far as the Chairshot Indie Spotlight has come back, and we're kicking it back off with IZW. We do have 2 interviews that we will be giving you next week. One is Bryce Saturn, the current heavyweight champion for IZW, and the other one that we have so far, I did with Thugnificent, the current IZW 3D sports fighting champion. Thugnificent is not only currently that title holder, but he has also held the tag titles and the heavyweight title in ECW. I had a blast with my interview with Thugnificent. I can't wait for that to come out. I know Dave and Andrew had a lot of fun with Bryce Saturn, the current heavyweight champion of IZW. Psycho Circus 4 is coming up August 22nd. So make sure you check out Google IZW. Follow the Chair Shot for everything you need. I know you can find IZW on Instagram for sure. There's a lot of good stuff there. But if you're out there in the Phoenix area in Arizona, big show coming up. Follow at Greg DeMarco for all that stuff too. He has a little bit to do with it, but we're having a good time with that. I think next month, spoiler alert, Brew City Wrestling may be getting some coverage from us. Thanks, our best friend Dave. We appreciate you tuning in, brother. next time we'll have to. Yeah, well, maybe we can wait. Maybe we'll catch you before the Worlds collide. How's that sound? We'll get Big Dave. I'll see Dave tomorrow or Saturday and Sunday, by the way. So
you guys got a few podcasts to
yeah, we got let me do this real quick. Like direct partner of the Chair Shot, and best friend of our show and best friend of a lot of us over at the Chair Shot. So make sure you check out attitudeofaggression.com. King of the Ring 97 coming up. The penultimate episode of Game of Thrones was this past Sunday. We're going to cover that ahead of the finale on Sunday. So there you go. DP, let everybody know where they can find the shoe so I don't ramble on and this becomes a 2-hour shoe.
You can find me all over the worldwide social media interwebs at It's Me DPP, and make sure you're following the show at Podcast DWI on that X, Facebook.com/DWI Podcast.
You can follow me at PC Tunney. Don't forget about ProWrestlingTees.com/thechairshot. We're gonna go because the music got louder, so we have to leave. I don't want to go. Well, I like character-wise, I don't want to go, but like personally, I want to go. Yeah, I'm hungry.
TheChairShot.com. Always use your head.
Thanks again for tuning in, everybody.